So this video is on Integrated 2 Math Analysis, Semester 2, RFF. This is on circles. So looking at this one, in the picture, we know that O is the center. They tell us that OE is 3. So this right here is 3. Let me do it this way. We also know that the central angle here is 86. And we want to find the following, the measure of arc VE. So arc VE is formed by that central angle. So it is going to be the same as it. It's going to be 86 degrees. And if I'm looking at M, the measure of VLE, that is going to be the rest of it. So I'm basically going to take 360 minus 86. And I end up getting 274 degrees. Then they want the measure of angle. They want the measure of angle VLE. So VLE, this also helps form this angle, but it's that arc, but it's an inscribed arc, angle inside the circle. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the central angle or the arc measure, and we're going to divide it by 2, and we end up getting 43. So this is 43 degrees. Then they want us to calculate the area of circle O. So area of a circle is pi r squared, and r is equal to 3. So my area is going to be pi times 3 squared, which is going to be 9 pi. And that would be the area of the circle. Calculate the circumference. So the circumference is going to be 2 pi r. So circumference is equal to 2 pi r, and my r is 3. So that's going to be 6 pi is going to be my circumference. Now, 6 pi is normal units. The area, which was 9 pi, that's going to be square units. Okay. On number 2, draw a picture to illustrate each of these vocabulary words. So a diameter, if this is my center, I'll call it C. And I have a line going through that center from one side to the other. That is your diameter. Tangent of a circle. So I'm going to have this draw a circle for me. So there's my circle. And a tangent is a point that's going to touch, it's a line's going to touch a circle at one point. So let's say that that's my point that is going to touch at. A tangent is going to be, let me grab my line. And it is going to be where it touches just at that point. That is going to be our tangent. A chord is when we have a circle and we have a line segment that goes from one side of the circle to the other side. That's what a chord is. So again, it's going to be touching one side to the other side. That is a chord. Does not have to go through the center. Okay, on number 3. So remember, when we do volume of a cone, you might remember when we had that video where they're filling up with water, that this is a third of like a cylinder. So if I was doing a cylinder, I would take the area of the top, which would be pi r squared, okay, would be the area of the top. So that is going to be 25 pi. That's this right here. And then I would times it by the height, and that would be the area of a cylinder. So if I take 25 pi times my height, which is 9, that would be as if it was a cylinder, okay? Then we need to divide it by 3 because we have a third of it. So that, when I do that math, and 3 goes into 9 3 times, I'm going to end up with my final answer, 75 pi. And this is volume, so inches cubed. And that's going to be our answer. On number 4. Sorry, I was trying to get this dark again. On number 4, so we have a circle with center O. We know the arc measure of BAC. BAC is all the way to here, is 302 degrees. And we want to find angle AOB. Okay, that's what we want to find. Well, what I do know is the following. I know that if I am to take 302 from 360, I'm going to get 58. And this piece right here is going to be 58 degrees, which means this central angle that's the same as that is going to be 58 degrees, which means this inscribed angle is going to be half of 58 degrees. And so that is going to be 29 degrees. This is going to be half of the intercepted arc. And I want angle AOB. And actually, I really probably didn't even need this because I want AOB. So what I'm going to do instead, wasn't paying attention what they wanted me to find. This all the way to here is going to be 180. So I'm going to take 180 minus 58. And 180 minus 58, I end up getting 122. So this right here is going to be 122. So my answer is 122 degrees. On number 5, what is the area of the sector AOB? So I know that the area of the circle would be pi r squared, which is going to be 36 pi. I do not have the whole entire circle. I have 100 out of 360 degrees times that. Now, I know that 36 is going to go into this 10 times, and 10 goes into 100 10 times. And so I'm going to end up with 10 pi as my answer. On number 6, find the value of x. So what we know here, and I believe that this was supposed to be here. I think it got moved, and I believe it's supposed to be the center. So in this situation, what we know, okay, again, that should be right here and it's going to be the center. Okay. So what we know is that when we have a line going from the center out, it is going to cut this in half, and it's also going to be perpendicular. So what that means is this side's going to be 5 and this side is going to be 5. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this again be a 5. This is 3. I'm going to draw that. That is going to be the same as x because that's also a radius. And then I'm going to use Pythagorean. Be careful, it's not a 3, 4, 5 because the 5 is not where I want it, which would have been a hypotenuse. So I'm going to go 3 squared plus 5 squared equals, let's say, c squared. So I get 9 plus 25, which is a 34. And I'm going to take the square root of 34. And that is going to be the square root of 34. And that's actually our x. Okay, that is our x. On number 7, we want to find the volume and then find the surface area. So the volume is the easier part of this because what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the area of the base, which is this circle, and times it by the height. So the area of that base is 9 pi. And then I'm going to times it by the height, which is 10. And I'm going to get 90 pi. This is volume, so inches cubed. And that's my volume. Now, surface area, there's a little more work. So surface area, I'm going to have 2 circles. So for surface area, I'm going to have 2 circles. So I'm going to have 2 times 9 pi. That's going to be my 2 circles. So that's going to be 18 pi. And then this piece here, let me shade it. This piece here, oops. So when I'm going around this right here is actually going to be, if I was to cut it and open it up, it is going to be a rectangle. And this rectangle is going to have a height of 10 because that's this 10. And then the top is going to be all the way around the circle, which is circumference. And so my circumference is equal to 6 pi. I'm going to multiply those together and get 60 pi. So I'm going to add that to the 2 circles I have, and I get 78 pi inches squared. And that's our answer. On 8, find the circle, equation of a circle at the center, 3 comma -2. So this is going to be x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals radius squared. So I'm going to get x minus 3 squared plus y plus 2 squared. It's always opposite when it's in the parentheses for both of anything, whether it's x or y. And then 7 squared is 49, and that's your equation. On 9, when we have a circle that has 2 chords intersecting, so this is being split into 3 and 8, and this is being split into x and 4. If you take the 2 pieces that are on the blue line and multiply them together, 4 times x, and you take the 2 pieces on the orange one and multiply them together, 24, and solve. And that's going to be our answer, which is 6. On 10, find the area of the shaded region. So it's 8 all the way across. So I know the square 8 by 8 is going to be 64. Now, since that's an 8 by 8, that means from my center out is going to be 4. So the area of the circle is going to be 4 pi r squared, which is 16 pi. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the area of the square, which is 64. I'm going to minus the area of the circle, which is pi, and that is your answer. Because they wanted it in terms of pi. On number 11, find the length of a 30-degree arc in a circle with, find the length of a 30-degree arc. Okay, so here, let me draw. Let me have the computer draw a circle for me. Okay, so we're gonna, oops, that's not circle, circle. Okay, so here's our circle. And we have a, here's our center. We have a radius of 5. We have a 30-degree arc. So that means the central angle is also 30 degrees. And we want to find basically the arc length. So I would find the circumference, which is going to be 2 times pi times radius, or 10 pi. And I have only 30 out of 360 of that 10 pi. So I'm going to end up with the 0 and 0 can cancel. Let's see. 6 goes into this 5 times, 6 goes into this 6 times. So I'm going to end up getting 5 pi 6, which if you think about the unit circle, okay, a unit circle, the 30 degrees is going to be our pi 6 is our 30 degrees. Okay, pi 6 is our 30 degrees. And because this is 5 longer, it's going to be 5 times pi 6, which is 5 pi 6. But again, you just need to find your central angle, find the circumference if I'm trying to find this arc length, and then you have that part, which is 30 out of 360 times your circumference, and that gives us our area, or our arc length. On this one, let's see, PSQ. So let me just color code PSQ. That's PSQ. That's what we want to find. Okay, that's what we want to find. And we know the following. We know PSQ is 4x minus 12. So let me write 4x minus 12. And PRQ. So PRQ, trying to do it in a different color. PRQ is 3x plus 4. So this is going to be 3x plus 4. Now, what I know is that both of these form this, sorry, let me get, both of these form this arc measure. So what that means is they are equal to each other, because they both are going to form that arc measure, and they're both inscribed. Okay, so I'm going to take 4x minus 12 is equal to 3x plus 4. I'm going to subtract and add, and I get x is equal to 16, but they wanted us to find PSQ. And PSQ is 4 times 16 minus 12. So 64 minus 12, which is 52. And that's our answer, 52 degrees. On 13, we have the spinner, and we want to calculate the probability of blue. Okay, So first off, I know that this yellow is going to be 180 degrees out of 360. I know that this green is going to be 90 degrees out of 360. I know the red is 10 degrees. And so the blue is going to be 180 minus 90 minus 10. So that's going to be 80 degrees. So then I want the probability of blue. So the probability of blue is going to be 80 degrees out of 360. So that's going to be 8 out of 36, which I can reduce by 4. So I'm going to get 2 out of 9. And that's the end of the circle review for the final exam video.